There are fewer Shiba Inu available than ever before. Without a doubt, this is utter insanity. In this instant, about 33 trillion Shiba Inu were gone. It was all purchased by the whales. The crew from Shiba Inu has released a number of significant bombshells. Also, the realization of your 1-cent desire can come sooner than you anticipated. What exactly is going on? And what on earth am I even referring about in this sentence? Please allow me to elaborate. Welcome to Dr. Crypto, your daily serving of Shiba. This is the spot for you if you're curious about anything related to Shiba. If you want to keep informed about all the latest news forecasts and stay ahead of the crypto industry, subscribe. To get more Shib news, be sure to click the like button. The community of Shiba Inu is going to have a fantastic day today, according to the forecast. Things are now beginning to turn around after what seemed like an endless fight to push greater, with the price dropping down virtually every day. These recent developments are a welcome relief. The Shiba Inu actually surged upward today, contrary to the typical downward pattern that it has been following. The increase is not a huge leap, but it is a significant one, and it seems much more significant when one considers how difficult the previous few days have been. This seemingly little change has already begun to alter the atmosphere. Investors who were previously apprehensive are now seeing a little increase in their level of confidence, and the general attitude throughout the community is showing signs of improvement. It would seem that the insane volatility that had everybody on edge is beginning to quiet down, at least for the time being. Shiba Inu is exhibiting signals of stability, as seen by the price movement that has occurred over the course of the last week. There is more to it than simply madly jumping up and down. In point of fact, it is maintaining its place. This is a much-needed respite for those who occupy the position. Today seems like a victory after watching nothing but defeats pile up over the last several days. But now comes the most bizarre part. Despite the fact that other meme currencies are falling, Shiba Inu is holding strong and refuses to follow the pack. Now here's when things get serious. One crypto specialist believes that the value of Shiba Inu might exponentially increase by a staggering 500% in the near future. There are a number of significant indications that support this about the present availability of Shiba Inu on exchanges. However, we will discuss this topic at a later time. After breaking past a significant level of resistance, it is now maintaining its position, which is contributing to a surge of bullish momentum. Increasing numbers of individuals are participating. The volume of trade is increasing, and the level of enthusiasm is growing. And who is the expert that is making such a daring prediction? Javan Marks, a prominent person in the cryptocurrency world, is what you see there. On his decision, he is not going to budge. He is still of the opinion that Shiba Inu is on the verge of a major breakthrough. Marks doubled down in a recent article, pointing out that the price of Shiba Inu has been displaying strong indicators ever since it broke over that obstacle. Marks had previously said that this was the case, an important point in which the token broke away from a prolonged period of consolidation was highlighted in a price chart that he provided with the audience. In the present moment, rather than falling back down, it is maintaining its position, which may indicate that an even more significant move is on the horizon. The cryptocurrency market is without a doubt as unstable as it has ever been, and meme currencies are notorious for their enormous swings. Nobody can predict for certain what will take place after this. Nevertheless, the Shiba Inu seems to be in a favorable position at the moment. And if this forecast turns out to be accurate, things are going to become extremely interesting in the not-too-distant future. Yet, hold on. Yes, I am aware that the projection of 500% is already quite outlandish. But allow me to tell you something that is even more insane. A fresh study has been out today on the supply of Shiba Inu, and believe me when I say that the statistics are startling. In this case, we are talking about very large numbers, the type that nobody anticipated. Be sure to stay until the last end because you do not want to lose out on this opportunity. I will explain everything in more detail later. But before we get into it, let's speak about this enormous increase that has been occurring recently. According to observers, a significant event has recently taken place with regard to the supply of Shiba Inu. Moreover, it is really ridiculous. One of the most important metrics has recently risen by approximately 50,000% as a result of the abrupt disappearance of over 13 million Shiba Inu. This is not going to be some random rise, rather it is going to be a tremendous rush that has everyone completely taken aback. A single transaction alone was responsible for the destruction of more than 12 million coins in a single transaction, which caused the burn rate to skyrocket to an unimaginable level in only the previous day. At the exact same time, the price of Shiba Inu increased by about 4% before beginning to decline somewhat. However, the reality that it even reached that level, in conjunction with this wild burn activity, is sufficient to stimulate conversation across the whole community. Given the rapid reduction in supply, things have the potential to get rather intriguing from this point on. But let me tell you something. In addition to the fact that burns are going insane at the moment, something even more significant is taking place. This may come as a surprise to you, but the quantity of Shiba Inu that are available on exchanges is completely disappearing. And that kind of bullishness is ridiculous. It has now been announced that the exchange reserves of Shiba Inu have reached a new all-time low, falling to 93 trillion coins. This indicates that there are fewer tokens available for purchase and sale than there have ever been previously. Despite the fact that the price has been struggling for months, holders are not giving up. They are not selling their tokens in a panic. Rather, they are removing them from exchanges and hanging on to them as if they are aware of something monumental that is about to occur. Not only that, but this is not a little drop. This represents a significant decrease in supplies. Only roughly 16% of the total supply of Shiba Inu is now held on prominent platforms like as Binance, Robinhood, and Coinbase. The population continues to decrease. Additionally, when supply becomes this limited, it almost always results in one thing: an increase in price. It's a major deal, a lot larger than the majority of people know. When the supply of a cryptocurrency asset on exchanges continues to decrease in such a manner, history has shown that significant price movements might potentially follow. And we are not only referring about rather minor improvements, specifically we are discussing the kinds of actions that have the potential to transform ordinary investors into billionaires and fundamentally transform people's lives. Give it some thought. With just 93 trillion Shiba Inu still accessible on exchanges, the quantity of Shiba Inu that is now available is becoming more limited. There will simply not be enough tokens to go around in the event that demand begins to increase, regardless of whether it comes from ordinary investors, whales, or even institutions. And when that occurs, prices can swell to unimaginable heights. It is possible that now is the opportunity for investors who have been patient during difficult times to compensate for the losses they have sustained. And this is not all. Already in the past, we have seen Shiba Inu exploding, resulting in the creation of instant billionaires. If the past is any indication, the subsequent rise can be much more significant, particularly considering the fact that these supply quantities are decreasing. This indicates that Shiba Inu may be getting ready for a significant shortage of their breed. In the not-too-distant future, those individuals who entered the market at an early stage and maintained their stance may be sitting on profits that might completely transform their lives. In addition, this indicates that although some individuals are remaining oblivious to this possibility, others are discreetly accumulating their tokens in preparation for what may be the next significant breakthrough. It is possible that the price action will be totally explosive if Shiba Inu catches fire once again, given the current low exchange supply. What's insane, however, is this. It was only recently disclosed by the Shiba Inu crew that Shiba Inu are fully capable of reaching 1 cent. It's true, you did hear it correctly. This is not only the result of hysterical speculation by unrelated merchants. This is coming directly from the members of the squad itself. Lucy, who is in charge of marketing for the Shiba Inu ecosystem, has now made it quite obvious that she is of the opinion that it is conceivable for Shiba Inu to reach 1 cent over their lifespan. Also, this is not only a case of wishful thinking. Since the year 2021, Lucy has been associated with the Shiba Inu voyage, and she continues to be a stalwart participant. She has faith in the token's potential in the long run, and feels that the question is not if it will happen, but when it will happen. Obviously, she also made it very clear that it would not take place overnight. Nonetheless, the fact that somebody from the inside is publicly discussing this indicates that they anticipate a significant event to take place in the near future. It is at this point that things start to take an intriguing turn. At the same time that this bombshell forecast gets taken down, we also notice the quantity of Shiba Inu on the market decreasing to historic lows. Is it more than a coincidence? Alternately, do they possess knowledge that the rest of us do not possess? Due to the fact that when supply is depleting at such a rapid rate and the team is dropping hints about a gigantic price objective, it is difficult to ignore the wider picture. Before we have witnessed it, the price has the potential to skyrocket in the event that there is a rush in demand and there are not enough tokens available on exchanges. And if Shiba Inu even comes close to approaching 1 cent, early investors and investors who are patient might be looking at rewards that could completely transform their lives. This may be considered quite bullish. The reserves of exchanging currency have reached an all-time low. While the squad is speaking with self-assurance, long-term holders are not showing any signs of budge. This might very well be the beginning of something really monumental. And if it is, then the next major Shiba Inu rally could very well startle the whole globe. Another one of these strange ones is here. Something that is now causing a stir was just disclosed by one expert. What he discovered after doing an in-depth investigation on the altcoin chart is amazing. A bullish cross has just been made in the cryptocurrency market, according to him. It is true, he is referring to the fact that cryptocurrency season is approaching. And if you've been working in the cryptocurrency industry for a sufficient amount of time, you are aware of what it entails. When alternative cryptocurrencies begin to emerge in tandem, the market loses its mind. During these times, we have seen some of the most significant price increases in the history of money. It is at this point that things start to take an intriguing turn. Alternative cryptocurrency season is on the horizon. The supply of Shiba Inu's exchange is running low, and the team is openly discussing the possibility of reaching 1 cent. It's possible that all of this is linked. Do we finally seem to be on the verge of reaching a fresh all-time high? Mainly due to the fact that if all goes according to plan, this may be the moment that Shiba Inu owners have been waiting for. This is when the real kicker comes in. Shiba Inu is the sole alternative cryptocurrency that is now in the green, while the majority of altcoins are still suffering. Despite the fact that others are falling, Shiba Inu are defying the odds by climbing higher and demonstrating tremendous power. This is not only a random change in price, rather there is a significant event taking place behind the scenes. If the altcoin season is indeed set to take off, and Shiba Inu is now leading the charge while others are falling behind, then what occurs when the market genuinely enters a full bullish state? As a result of the depletion of exchange reserves, the worsening of the supply constraints, and the accumulation of momentum, it is possible that we are on the verge of something quite significant. That is the question. Are you prepared for what is about to happen? However, what are your thoughts on this matter? Leave a comment down below. The day is over now. Remember to give it a big thumbs up. To see our most recent material, share it, and subscribe to the channel.